How about now? Hey Martina, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is it working? Hey Virginia, can you hear me? Okay, good. Welcome in everybody. Hope you all had a good day today. Take two, indeed. Indeed. Take two. So far, since I've been shuffling the cards, it's like somebody's coming back around, spinning the block. Somebody's going to ask you for your forgiveness. They've been busy growing as a person, and they're no longer lost or feeling lost. They want to get back in your energy. They want to try again. They want a second chance is the feeling I'm picking up on. And I don't feel that you're in the mood for that. But I don't feel any good intention from this energy either. Wow. Whatever. How many cards in this deck? Hmm, 60 cards. Let's see. We'll look for them tomorrow. Welcome in, John. The hat protects my crown, and I will show you my jacket. Great Spirit, guides, guards, protectors, angels, ancestors, divine light, please be here to protect me, shield me, guide me, guard me, and protect me during this live. Let any ill will sent my way be automatically transmuted to prosperity, stability, and abundance for myself. And let any ill will residue be automatically, unapologetically sent back to sender and bound to them indefinitely. As above, so below, as within, so without, and so it is. Let only the best blessed messages come through for my collective this evening. You got the Strength card coming out. Page of Cups and Four of Wands. So somebody's coming in to try to start a new foundation with you. They want to apologize. They want your forgiveness. They're building their strength. They didn't anticipate how strong you were. They're wanting your forgiveness. But the ball is in your court, collective. It's all up to you. It's up to you as to whether or not you're going to take them back. This isn't a very good intention. This intention is very, very sneaky. They ultimately want you snapping out because they see your strength. It's going to be revealed to you. There's going to be major truth revealed to you. And they want you to weather the storm. They want you to continue suffering. That's the whole point of them coming back in. So do you want to be basically going backwards? That's totally up to you. You found your new footing. You found your self-worth. You're staying true to yourself. You're making the changes to your foundation to be stable. They don't like that. They want you out here suffering. I also see that the truth is being revealed. Is going to be revealed to you. You are moving forward with clarity, and they don't like this. They're absolutely snapping out at the fact that you're too strong. You're not one to be played with. And they're wanting to see your shadow. They're wanting to see your dark side. But no matter what they do, no matter how they try, it doesn't work. That what is done in the dark is coming to light. They've been throwing their rocks and hiding their hands. Okay? And you need to stand on business, because they're out here trying to make you lose out when you're going after everything they said you couldn't have. All right, collective? They're sad that they didn't see this coming. They're sad that they didn't anticipate your strength, your ability to find clarity, your ability to find peace and happiness. And they're absolutely beyond pissed off at the fact that you're still going. They're beyond pissed off at the fact that everything they threw at you isn't hitting you. All this loss that they wanted you to have, not even a figment of your reality. They're balancing things out just fine. And the divine is helping you through this. The divine is guiding you through this. They're purposely keeping information from you so that way you can't make decisions for yourself. They're purposely keeping this information so that way you cannot rise above it. that you can't step into your next timeline. They're doing this all on purpose. They're trying to control you. They're trying to puppeteer you. They're trying to make your life into a mockery. Meanwhile, you're out here dodging everything that they're throwing at you. Within the coming weeks, it's going to be very evident to you. The truth is going to be coming to you some way, somehow. I do feel there's going to be communication coming in as well, whether through the divine intervention or by people coming forward and speaking up. Either way, there's definitely some sort of communication and clarity coming to the forefront. Because the divine and your spirit guides are not having it. Yeah. And they want you out here acting radical. Acting radical, acting out of pocket, out of character. Okay? It's not working. I'm really picking up that you're unbothered. Despite what they're throwing at you, you're very unbothered. You've been going through a major rebirth. You've let a lot of the pain and the suffering go. Welcome in, priestess. Yeah, you're putting this betrayal to bed. Because by them holding back information, this is the ultimate betrayal. Okay? They're doing this on purpose so you suffer. And it's about to be put an end to it. All right? You're closing out this cycle once and for all, collective. Everything they threw at you isn't working. So now that I got all the cards shuffled up, I'm going to start off a story time read. Missed you too, Royal. I hope you are well. I must say it's been quite the adventure the last little while. Not gonna lie. And then again, it's not my nature to lie. I'm very much a bringer of truth. If you've been following me this long, you know that. There's definitely new cycle starting for you, collective. and you need to stay focused. I really do feel that there's going to be one last hurrah that they're going to try to get you out of focus, to get you in this position where you cannot move forward. They're trying at all costs to do this. Okay? And I'm gonna brush my hair here. One quick minute, hang on. Thank you, Royal Priestess. Thank you, PJ. When you're being tested, Cody, you really need to understand that you're being tested. When you're being poked and prodded and instigated and rage baited and um, reactive abuse, you're having to deal with that. You have to recognize it for what it is. You have to recognize that you're better than that. Your frequency is higher than that. And all they're doing this for is to tear you down. All they're doing this for is to dysregulate your system. So that way you're not in that abundant frequency. It's all up to you, really. As heavy as it's gonna be, as heavy as it may feel, it is ultimately determined on your reaction. So if you're not going to react to it, and you take a step back and you take a couple breaths and breathe, step back into your equilibrium, step back into your now, step back into the current moment, and know that and recognize that what they are doing is they're trying to get you to act out of character. Don't act out of character. And just sit there and stare at them if they're right there in your face. You might even want to ask them, are you okay? Is there any particular reason why you're trying to get me to react out of character? Call him out on it. And if they try to gaslight you, just get up and walk away. Because ultimately they are showing you who they are. Ultimately they are showing you their true character. And if you're not going to open your eyes, open your mind to know that what they are doing, then I don't know what to tell you. But it takes you to recognize what they're doing, the current process and the actions that they are taking in order to get you to react. So take a step back, take a couple breaths, balance yourself out, gain control of your movements, and act accordingly. This doesn't mean get in their face. This doesn't mean start a fight. This doesn't mean create a lower vibrational energy. Okay? This is simply recognizing what they're trying to do and not falling for it. It's really simple. And if things are really heavy for you right now, maybe you need to put your shit down for a minute. If you go to the grocery store and you get 4 bags of groceries and you put all the heavy shit on the right hand on your right hand side and you're carrying all the light stuff in your left hand, is that really helping you out? Probably not. You equalize the heaviness on both sides, you mix it with the light stuff, and it balances it out, right? You're more able to pace yourself and you don't have all the weight on one side, okay? And you balance it out. It's really not that difficult. And every once in a while, let's say you have a mile to walk. Every once in a while, you're allowed to put the groceries down for a minute and rest. No sense overdoing it. No sense continuing on until your fingers are numb, until you can't handle it anymore, to the point where your body is saying, no, I'm on strike and you're going to put the groceries down. So pace yourself. Only carry what is your priority. All this other shit, all these other responsibilities, all these other different things, okay, that you got on your shoulders that you really don't have to carry, why are you carrying it? It's not your responsibility. If you're carrying other people's responsibility, if you're carrying other people's accountability, that's not your job. Hopefully that makes sense. Wonder if they're in here. I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. So, it's one thing you want to help out a friend, you want to help out someone that may need it, may appreciate it. That's one thing. But if you got people out here wanting you to carry their burdens and they're not appreciative of it, no. Put it down. Let it go. Because you got better things to do, you got bigger fish to fry, and it's up to you to make that happen. And they're just giving you dead weight that you really don't need to deal with. right? Welcome in, Heaven. Heaven's Mighty Warrior, the 144, Dark Light. Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone that's in tonight. I'm very gratefully appreciative of you being here this evening. We're moving into the week of my birthday, so if you'd like to throw me some birthday cash, it's all greatly appreciated. You can do so through the donation button at Hipsy. The link is in the description and the link section. You can throw me at PayPal as well. You can get your own personal reading and make me work for it, which I don't mind. Gonna have a members live, so if you want to become a member, you can join us in the members live on Saturday. But yeah, if you'd like to donate to the channel, if my messages have helped you, if my insight, my wisdom has helped you over the time that I've been on YouTube, and you'd like to support the channel and you'd like to support me, this is how I make my money. So it's all greatly appreciated, and I very much appreciate you being part of the tribe. So I'm going to go ahead and start on the reading. Okay. This is a bit of a story time read. Okay. I'm going to be using all 4 decks this morning, I guess. Yeah, it's 1:04 in the morning. See how long it goes. It's going to be divinely led. I've already checked out the overall energy. And just to kind of reiterate, you have somebody that wanted you lost, that wanted you trapped, that wanted you shattered, but you healed yourself, you rose above it, and you're finding your inner peace, you're finding your solid foundation, you're building your inner temple, you're getting stronger by the day, okay? So really kind of take into consideration the growth that you've been through. Please take into consideration what you've been through and what you've overcome. It hasn't been easy for you, Collective. It's been very stressful, very draining. You could very well be dealing with spiritual warfare, psychological warfare. You could have had to walk away from particular people that you thought you could trust, that you could, that were supposed to love you. And they betrayed you instead. You've overcome a lot. But you're rising above it. And despite what it looks like outside, despite what it looks like out in the world, despite the fact that you may feel like you're running out of steam, that you don't think that you can make it, you do have the strength to overcome all this. But you need to have the faith, you need to stay consistent, and you need to continue to move forward. Don't allow these people to spin the block, come back, and get you to back up and go backwards. Okay, you didn't go this far, you didn't heal yourself this much, you didn't empower yourself, and you didn't rise above all of the bullshit just to back up and go back in the past. Okay, this is about moving forward, leaving that what no longer serves you in the past behind you. And just for your wondering, it's iced tea. So We're going to get started with the reading. I'm just pulling off the top this evening. I've already shuffled the cards. Okay. We got the runaway. And this is secrets running from problems. But it's in the reverse. So whatever was secret, whatever was held behind closed doors, whatever was done in the shadows, okay, it's becoming known. They could have maybe had you running at one point. They could have been having you running for your life. They could have been wanting you to be running scared. Okay. But I don't think you're running anymore. You're facing it. Okay. We got competence. That's in the reverse. Ravens could be significant. It says here you are encouraged to disconnect from the physical or materialistic plan and move to the spiritual realm. You have a deep spiritual connection which you mustn't ignore. You are on the brink of a transformation and your divine purpose may be revealing itself. They are doing everything at all costs to keep you from moving into the spiritual. Okay? They do not want you having confidence in the future. They don't want you having confidence in yourself. And they do not want you disconnecting from the physical because it's part of the distraction. The materialistic because it's part of the distraction. They do not want you moving into the spiritual. They do not want you deepening your connection to the spiritual world. And they want you out here ignoring it. They want you out here in denial and gaslighting it. And they do not want you going through any type of transformation. They do not want you fulfilling your divine purpose. And they do not want you revealing that purpose. Okay? They want you out here contradicting yourself in refusal, dismissal, and not facing reality. Okay? They want you out here denying your destiny. Collective. The reason why you need to continue to move forward is because you are at the brink of success. We have the Six of Wands out here. Okay? You've already got your victory. You've already won the war. You may have lost a couple battles, but you won this war. And they're trying to get you to be in denial about that. This is their last-ditch effort to ruin what's coming in for you. Okay? They want you so scattered that you can't plan ahead because you won't know how to plan and what to plan for. Okay? They don't want you having any focus as to what to aim at. Okay? Because they don't want you, ultimately, they don't want you going through this transition. Frogs could be significant. Okay? Somebody could be French. This is a powerful time of change, and you are being called to connect with the world of emotions and feminine energies. You may also need to engage in a process of cleansing, whether it's physical, emotional, spiritual, or energetic. They're out here not wanting you to be in that frame of mind to be able to do that. Okay? And they don't want the truth being revealed. They don't want you confessing to anything, and they do not want you shedding any light on anything that they've done to you. They want you to keep the abuse secret. They don't want you speaking up on it. They're out here celebrating. Okay? They're out here happy with all the pain and the suffering that they've caused you. It's part of their entertainment. And there's a whole group of them doing this, thinking that it's funny. Okay? They're nothing but a bunch of worthless pieces of shit. Okay? Yeah. They've lost control. They've been trying to reverse your fortune. They've been trying to reverse your destiny, trying to keep you from that destiny, to keep you from that ability to face and to overcome. And they do not want you having the ability to reflect on what they've done. If you're facing a difficult situation, do not rush into making a decision. You are advised to turn the problem around in all possible manners before deciding on a solution. Your circumstances need to be examined carefully. They don't want you having any type of reflection on what's gone on. Okay? And I'm getting from Spirit that if you do this reflection, it's going to give you the avenue as to how to protect yourself. Because ultimately they want you stuck, they want you locked down, they want you in a mental prison, and they want you captive. Okay? They ultimately want you trapped. But I'm telling you right now, this is an illusion. Because you're not trapped. You never were trapped. It's all been a bunch of chaos and glamour magic. And it's all because they can't let go of you. And they don't want you letting go of them. And this is why they're spinning the block. To try to disenfranchise you. And they're going to try to distract you. They don't want you out here being the catalyst for change. And this is why they're trying to distract you. So that way that you cannot hit what you're aiming at. They don't want you taking control of your life. It's your life. Nobody else's. You are the painter to your canvas. You are the captain to your ship. And they're out here trying to drive your ship. They're out here trying to paint your canvas and take credit for everything that you got going on for yourself when you built this up on your own. Yeah, you've had help along the way, but it's all been you. You're the one that put in the work. You're the one that focused on your healing. You're the one that focused on your confidence. You're the one that recognized who you were and everything that you've overcome. You're the one that had the strength to overcome it. You're the one with the intuition that seen it for what it was. And this is what helped you to alchemize it and transmute that shit. They didn't anticipate this. You're out here as a wild card. The thing is they lost control. And they're anticipating your next moves. And it's up to you to figure that out. But ultimately, when you do that, you need to keep it quiet. Let them guess. Let them wonder. Because ultimately, whatever you're doing with your life is none of their business. You are that wild card. You are the catalyst to change. You are the victor in all of this. Okay? And you're dealing with people that are not wanting to let go of you. But you've cut them off. And this is ultimately why they're doing this. Because since you've cut them off, you've gained victory, you've gained success. You've gained recognition and respect. And you're keeping your integrity about it. So keep that energy. Don't allow them to flip you out. Don't allow them to trip you up. Because that's not in the cards. You need to be focusing on you. Okay? There's definitely somebody out here very obsessed. Okay? They're focused on you, just you, observing you, watching you. There's no one like you. I don't know if this is good intentions. This could be somebody else that sees your true essence of who you are or what you bring to the table. Maybe they're recognizing that you are that foundation that that table sits on. Without you, there would be no table. Take that into consideration. And yeah, they're watching. They're watching, and they've got an opinion. They're studying you. They're trying to figure you out. They're wondering how you're still standing. They hate you, but they love you. It's like the lurkin gherkin. Bitter as fuck. Because they want to be you. They want to have you in their life again. They want to have your essence. They want to have your gifts and all that. But they're not willing to do the work to get there. They just want to steal yours. And I'll tell you right now, that's not an option. Okay? And it's not up to you to just give it away either. You worked hard to get to where you are. And you need to keep that energy. You need to protect that. They want you out here denying your success and keeping quiet and not revealing what you know, not revealing what they've done. You've got people out here half scared. They don't want you out here nurturing. They don't want you out here being determined, having the determination. They want you out here being very bitter. We got the king and the queen out here. So you could very well be balanced within your masculine and feminine energy, and they're trying to dysregulate you. You're very much in your nurturing stage. You're calling your energy back, despite everything that they've been throwing at you. Yeah. You're definitely not lacking in vision. You've been through the dark night of the soul. You've faced your shadow. You're seeing people's true colors. And it's almost like the divine is giving you the vision of who is for you and who's against you. It is time to look inward with an attentive eye. Allow your heart to guide you, and opportunities you never dreamed of that were possible will present themselves when you least expect it. So get ready for greatness. You're about to show these people why you're not one to be fucked with. You're about to show these people that have been against you all this time. Could be old friends, so-called friends. It could be family. Could be old co-workers. Whoever this is. They're out here judging you on purpose. Misrepresenting you. Lying on you. And it's all because you're successful. It's all because you've walked away. And it's all because they're obsessed. And they don't want to let you go. That they're doing all this to you. Okay? They have no business doing this to you. You are not walking alone in this. There are many people in your situation. So this is why you need to stand on business, because you're not the only one dealing with this. I'm even dealing with this. I know many people in the tribe are dealing with this. So you really need to take into consideration everything that you've overcome and stand on that. And not allow anybody to sway you. Okay? It's very predominantly important at this time to stay the course. I do believe at some point they were even making false investigations, false reports, and they were coming up empty. You may even have law enforcement come forward and ask for your forgiveness for looking into you and quite possibly surveilling you. Because they ultimately wanted you to be pursued. There was definitely somebody chasing you, persistent, hunting down, being resilient, okay? Trying to get the facts, trying to find out how you're built. So that way they could break you. They're out here trying to humble you. They're out here trying to break your heart. They're out here trying to tear you down. Even after all they've done. They're out here trying to dump your cup out. This cup, it's filled with divine love. The divine filled your cup. And they don't like that. Okay? Don't allow them to dump out your cup. I'm also picking up that there's certain people out here that actually loved you, and they even swayed those people. Okay, this could be friends, this could be relationships that you've had that just went to shit all of a sudden. And these people are brokenhearted that they actually listen to these people. They're out here broken because they actually took their word over yours. And they didn't bother coming to you and asking you. And I do believe there's blackmail involved with this. And this is why they didn't come back to you. This is why they didn't speak up. This is why they didn't come forward and speak to you. Because they were blackmailed. Okay? So they may have been blackmailed, and just like maybe you were maybe blackmailed. Okay? But you were blackmailed on false pretenses, on lies, on deception. You were made out to be something that you're not. You were made out to be something that you're not, so that way you would be riddled with shame. The way you would not progress, the way you would not overcome, the way that you would not be able to recognize yourself as this wild card, as a catalyst, as a victor. They wanted you out here contradicting yourself, being dismissed, because apparently you weren't facing reality when you're the realest thing walking right now. So really understand where you stand. Okay? This whole idea of rebellion, this whole idea of experimenting on you, they were ultimately using you as a guinea pig. All right? And this is why they don't want their secrets out. This was harassment. This was collusion. This was sabotage. Okay? They were out here wanting you to lose control. And they wanted to somehow, some way reverse your fortune, reverse your ability to move forward and be successful. They wanted you out here in a heaviness. It's time for you to pursue your dreams with determination. By doing this, you will make them a reality. Joy is just around the corner, but you have to believe that it is possible to manifest your visions. Stop waiting and stop doubting. They didn't want you having the confidence and the reflection, and they wanted you to carry the heaviness of what they were trying to do to you, as if it was your responsibility. And by them creating this illusion that you were stuck and that you were in denial and that you weren't facing reality, they were trying to get the upper hand to be able to puppeteer you. And by doing this, they thought that you wouldn't cut them off, right? Because if you were confused, then you wouldn't know what your next step was. Okay? And if you did cut them off, they were saying that you were extreme, that you were acting out of character, that you were acting irrational, that you lost your mind. And I think this is some part of the um, reports that were put out against you. And I'm also picking up that all of these reports that they had out on you, now they're backfiring. The people that were out here being putting the spotlight on you, investigating you, are finding out that you're very sound mind. You're very compassionate. You're very loving. You're very kind. You're very giving. You're not harsh. You're not wanting to be out here cutting people off, but if they disrespect you, if they take you out of your peace of mind, for sure you're going to cut them off. You have every right to. You have every right to keep your peace. And they didn't like that. And because you were being successful with whatever you were pouring into and investing your time and energy into, because of that, this is why they don't want to let go. Okay? Mhm. Because of your success, they didn't want you walking away, but you're walking away anyway. And the thing is that they wanted you out here helpless. They didn't want you out here being able to stick up for yourself. But you are a victor in this battle. The Six of Wands is about somebody coming back from a battle and winning that battle. And they wanted you out here helpless. And the thing is, the tables are turning. Okay? The tables are turning. You were biding your time, planning ahead, making radical changes, taking control of your life again. And they tried to thwart all that. They tried to ruin it, sabotage it, because you were creating foundations for yourself. You're creating a sense of community. They didn't want this for you. You're entering a phase where in order for you to be in alignment with your intentions and co-create your best life, you may have to be discerning and say no to many things that have been holding you back in the past. You're divinely guided, guarded, and protected, collective, and you need to remember that. Okay? Welcome in, Relic. Where they wanted you to feel guilty, you were innocent. The divine has already made that apparent to you. This is how you got how you healed that shame, because that shame was projected onto you. And this happened in your childhood, a long time ago. There's a big, huge orchestration to take you out of your innocence, to steal your innocence. And you were dealing with some extremely immature people that were jealous and that did not want you revealing that truth. This is why they've been so relentlessly obsessed with you. They've been watching every move you make, celebrating your downfall, not confessing the truth to you, not shedding any light, not revealing the truth to you, keeping you in the dark. You're dealing with an extremely immature energy. A so-called adult, might I add. You're putting them to shame, collective, by how you rose above all this. You're putting them to shame. These people that listen to these imbeciles, these people that actually loved you, that actually had feelings for you, that was actually loyal to you, I guess they're not so loyal anymore, mind you. However, the people that were loyal to you, they want to spin the block. They've been watching. They've been watching how you interact with your tribe, with your friends, with the people that are close to you. And they want to come in and create a new foundation with you. They want your forgiveness. But they didn't bother coming to you, whether there's blackmail or not. They could have come to you. They could have spoke to you. And you would have dealt with it together. Head on. But they were too much of a fucking coward to come forward and be honest and loyal to you. And now all of a sudden they want to come in and, for a new foundation. They want to commit to you all of a sudden. They want to celebrate with you. And they're sitting here watching me right now, wondering the same fucking thing. As far as I'm concerned, you can all fucking eat shit if this applies to you. Okay? If you kept the truth from me, you can all eat shit and die. You want to keep the truth from me? All because of a stupid little bunch of blackmail? Fuck you. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. You can rot in the ditch that you wanted me to be in. And you can take this so-called commitment and shove it where the good Lord split you. Because I want fuck all from you. To the ones that have been loyal, to the ones that have been genuine to me, that doesn't apply to you. Thank you for being genuine. Thank you for being loving. Thank you for being kind. And thank you for being honest.
Okay. I thought we were breaking someone up. Paper stuff. Oh my god, Tita, my girlfriend had me that salad today.
You have a way of self-expressing and bringing about a particular strength. You've been dancing through the storm that they've been throwing at you. I Hope You Dance by Leanne Womack is coming to mind. Go and check out that song when you get a chance. To sit it out or dance. I hope you dance. Collective, you're dancing. Despite all this imbalance, despite everything that's going on, you're making it count. They didn't think that you were going to adapt to what they were throwing at you. Okay? The dragonfly is a symbol of light and change. It is reminding you to bring a bit more lightness and joy into your life. In order to bring about the changes needed to reach your full potential, approach things lightly. They didn't want you adapting. They didn't want you dodging. They didn't want you making the best of whatever they were throwing at you. But you're an alchemist. It's part of who you are. Right? It's part of what makes you special. And yeah, you did escape. You escaped their clutches. You escaped their sense of control. You're definitely avoiding the storm. You're blocking them out. You pushed them away. You could have went in hiding. You could be in hiding right now. I'm kind of picking up on witness protection program with this. But they ultimately wanted you having dark night of the soul after dark night of the soul after dark night of the soul. They wanted you to constantly be in your shadow, not being able to see the light. Okay? But you alchemized all of this. As far as I'm concerned, you're absolutely brilliant. And you need to think of yourself as such. Because everything that they threw at you, you escaped it. They didn't want you moving forward. And this is why they were so obsessed with you, is because they're obsessed with you. And because they were obsessed with you, they didn't want you moving forward. They didn't want you leaving them behind. They didn't want you moving through the crossroads. We got the world out here in the reverse. Okay? They didn't want you being seen because of your success. They wanted you out here helpless. And because you let them go, you moved forward, you moved on, and their obsession got the better of them. This is why you've been stagnant. This is why you haven't been moving forward. Because of their bullshit. Because of their illusions. They didn't want you being seen. I'm also hearing they wanted you all to themselves. If they could have tied you down, they would have. If they could have taped your mouth shut, they would have. If they could have tortured you, they would have. But by them throwing their rocks and hiding their hands, by them taunting you, by them poking and prodding you, by them slowing you down, by them throwing rocks and hiding their hands, by them throwing wrenches into your plans, by them sabotaging your friendships, your family relationships, your work relationships. That's the only thing they could do. But now they're running out of options. They're running out of straws to grab. There's not many left. And they've been doing their best to mirror you. We're sitting at 80:08 when I looked at the clock here. So they've been out here trying to mirror you, trying to steal your essence. They're out here trying to steal what you're building. They're trying to keep it for themselves. They've blocked you. So you can't see this. You're not witnessing this. They're doing this in a different way, so that way you can't prove it. But they're building and they are living off of your knowledge and your wisdom. And they think you don't know, when the divine has already clocked it. And every dollar they make in your name is cursed. Every step forward in your essence that they take is cursed. And as they do this, and as they go through this, they're building a list of karma. This isn't good karma. This is karma that is going to whiplash them into oblivion very soon. It's evident. The divine has already gave you notice on this. It's about to happen. It's about to go down. You're the mentor, not them. But they're out here wanting to be a mentor, using your wisdom, thinking that they can live off the back of you and your success. These investigations that they've had put on you, all this research, it was all for nothing. And 9 times out of 10, when they make reports, they're going to be investigated. When they make false reports, for sure they're going to be investigated. And they didn't anticipate that. Because you are protected as a wild card, and because they tried to keep you from having this transition, and now all of a sudden they want your forgiveness. They want your forgiveness for trying to thwart your intuition. For gaslighting you. For trying to get you confused. For holding you back. For slowing you down. They're out here not wanting you to take flight. They're out here not wanting you to see the truth of their motives. So that way they can come in and ask for forgiveness. Because if you knew truly what they were doing behind the scenes, you wouldn't have them back. You wouldn't forgive them. You wouldn't give them the benefit of the doubt. Because they were out here throwing a hell of a lot of shit at you. They were obsessed with bringing you down. They're out here doing a lot of shit. It's backfiring. And you're not up in your head anymore about their intention. The truth is coming. The truth is very known. The truth is very evident. It's being revealed. About how they were trying to break you. About how they were trying to ruin you. They pulled out all the stops, thinking they were clever. They wanted you overthinking. And taking action. But taking action based on illusion. So that way you would be looked at as crazy. They wanted you taking action on the illusions that they were projecting onto you. And this is why it's so very important to recognize it for what it is and to not take action out of haste, because that's what makes you look crazy. It's better to just stay in your own energy, recognize what they're doing, and not engage. That is the best course of action. Because all of their experimentation, all of their rebelling, all the secrets they wanted to keep quiet, all the fear that they had you running from, all the imbalance within your masculine and feminine energy, having you at war with yourself. That's what they wanted. And the thing is that this war became peace because you recognized it. You recognized it for what it was. You didn't gaslight yourself like they wanted you to. And the divine is ever so proud of you. A lot of the things that have happened to you in the last year or two, the divine allowed it because they wanted to see how you would react and what you would do. And because you took action in certain ways and non-action in other ways, it really showed your maturity, and it really showed your steadfast, your integrity, your self-respect, and not only your self-respect, but your respect for other people. They did not anticipate this. I'm going to say that much. They did not anticipate this at all. The fact that you would overcome it all. Maturity is the ability to embrace change. And change cannot happen without death. This death does not necessarily mean physical death, but it could be the ending of a relationship, a situation, or simply your decision to not continue with the same old habits. They wanted you out here relapsing. But instead of relapsing, you doubled down on your sobriety. Instead of relapsing and acting a fool, you doubled down on your maturity, on your integrity, on your intention, on your manifestations, on your healing, on your empowerment. And they wanted you out here acting a fool. They wanted you out here being an immature little puke, and you're out here showing them how it's done, collective. Okay? You're embarrassing the fuck out of these people. You're putting them in their place and you're not even in the room. You really need to take a step back and see it from a broader perspective and see the actual caliber that you are working at, that you were working with. Okay? They out here saying that you acting like your shit don't stink and that you're better than everybody else. And they're envious and jealous because you are better than them. You were always better than them. And they couldn't compete where they couldn't compare. They couldn't even meet you where you were, even in your karmic energy. And now that you rose above all of this, it's even more so. And I can honestly say it's eating them alive. The fact that they're out here saying that you were harsh, you cut them off, you were making erratic decisions, and you're out here being compassionate. You're out here being understanding. You're out here willing to forgive as long as they show up and be truthful and be honorable. But they can't even do that. You're out here being very methodical in your decisions. You're not out here acting a fool, right? So you're literally flipping their script. You're literally flipping their tables and stomping their fables, making them out here looking like an absolute fool for even trying you, let alone coming for you. You know how it's embarrassing it is to be an asshat idiot out here spreading rumors, gossip, and lies to all these people, trying to blackmail them into believing in all this bullshit, only to find out that they were lying right from the get-go. You know how embarrassing it is to lose all your integrity, to have your reputation totally diminished because you're lying on somebody that was actually genuine? Let's just say I wouldn't want to be them, collective. They're an embarrassment not only to their bloodline, they're an embarrassment to their family, they're an embarrassment to humanity. Okay? Take that into consideration. You're not out here on a roller coaster ride. You're not out here ups and downs, good and bad, rushing of feelings. You got off that ride a long time ago. Okay? You escaped. You're avoiding. You're blocking. You're pushing away. You're hiding to stay out of the fray. And you're not really into roller coasters to begin with. I know I'm not. I've had enough of a roller coaster of a life with dealing with these asshats. The Knight of Wands, you're very methodical. You're very genuine in your intention. You allow your intuition to guide you. And they didn't anticipate that. They thought you were crazy. They thought you were loony. You had a couple screws loose. But the divines have been guiding you this whole time. You've been dodging bullets. You've been dodging sabotage. You've been you've been dodging a whole bunch of bullshit. And they keep wondering how do they keep doing it? How do they keep getting through? How do they keep getting by? How do they keep succeeding? How do they keep rising? It's really not that fucking difficult to figure out. But they're so absent-minded, okay? They're so unadaptable and closed-minded as a muggle that they couldn't even wrap their head around the possibilities of who you are, of what you stand for, and what you actually bring to the table, let alone the foundation of what that table sits on. And the fact that you allow the divine to guide you, they're the ones that are helpless when you're the one that's succeeding. They're the ones not moving forward when you're the one letting go and moving forward. You've slowed down to catch your breath, but you're not losing momentum. You slowing down and taking a break and relaxing. There's no issues there. There's no issues whatsoever with that. So if you feel that you slowing down, you taking time out for you, to rest and to recuperate and to heal was a bad thing, because they're out here saying that you're lazy. They're out here saying that you're not doing anything with your life. When you've been dealing with the darkest parts of your shadow, that's not easy. And it's like 1 out of 50 people can actually perform and actually go through with this. 1 out of 50 people actually face their shadow. And it's probably even more than that. I'm thinking 1 out of 1,000 people. It's what makes you one of the 144 frequency. Because you had enough courage to face your shadow. Because you're no longer running from it. And because you had the courage to face it, which they can't even look in the direction of their shadow. And you brought that shadow down. You put your shadow in its place. Okay? The fact that you alchemized all this, they wouldn't even know where to start. And I have a feeling the reason why they want to spin the block is because they want to learn from you now. They want to meet you where you are after trying to destroy you. The audacity, would you believe? The absolute audacity. They don't want they don't want to take responsibility though for what they did. That's why they're keeping it a secret. That's why they don't want you revealing the truth of what they did to you. Because they don't want to take accountability for that. They just want you to help them heal. The audacity. It's very thick with this one. Their expectations of you are not going to be met. I really do feel that you're going to put your boundaries down, you're going to take action, and you're not taking responsibility for this. You're not going to meet their expectations. I wouldn't. I wouldn't put my time and effort and energy into that after them trying to destroy me. They can burn. I'll give them the fuel and I'll set the fucking match. It's definitely not something you want marshmallows for. That's definitely not a fire you want to eat on. Wolves may be significant. You may be facing a challenge you feel less than prepared for. This is a reminder that you have all the tools in your spiritual treasure chest to handle this effectively. So take a step back and try to take a look at it with fresh eyes. What the fuck have I been saying all night? Take a step back and breathe. Do not engage, and be sure that you are not reacting, but you are more than capable of taking action by taking control of your own intention and integrity. Okay? You have an inner strength about you. People can't play with you. They can create illusions, but they're about to receive major karma for what they've done. It's very evident. Just because you need to take a step back doesn't mean you're moving backwards. Taking a step back is allowing you to see the bigger picture, allowing you to take out a moment to breathe. That doesn't mean you're moving backwards. You're allowed to stop. You're allowed to have a break. You're allowed to heal. You're allowed to recuperate. And if at all during this time that you were doing that, you're feeling guilty for that, Spirit wants you to let go of that because you were on the right path, you were in alignment, and you were doing exactly what you were supposed to be doing. So you got people out here trying to make you feel guilty for not doing what they want you to do or doing what they figured you should have been doing at that time. It's none of their fucking business. Because you were divinely guided. Their opinion is irrelevant. And they should sit the fuck down. Instead of having an opinion that doesn't even match who you are. With them out here misunderstanding you on purpose, I'm going to tell you right now, none of their opinions matter. Totally insignificant and irrelevant. Because they can't even meet you where you are. They can't even compete or compare with you. And if they want to turn around and say, oh yeah, your shit don't stink. You think you're better than everybody. Yeah, maybe my shit does stink. And maybe I am fucking better than them. I have more integrity in my baby finger than they have in their whole body. And this is why they can't compete where they don't compare. Because they can't even look at themselves in the mirror. And that's not our problem, collective. That's a them problem. That's their responsibility, not yours. You're not here to carry them. You're not here to lift them up. Because anytime you did lift them up in the past, did they ever take it? Did they ever get lifted? No. They stayed down in the low frequency. They were always fighting you on it. Never seeing what you had to say. Never taking what you had to say and running with it. Not until you actually started being successful. That's when they started to wanting to emulate you. But by that time, you were already cutting them off. You already walked away. By that time, it was too fucking late for them. They did the damage. By that time, it was too late. And collective, you're all about forgiveness. You're all about second chances, but not with a bunch of fucking asshats. Right? You know what? Pigs do love the mud. And the thing is, mud is actually good for your skin. You can build houses with mud. So there's nothing wrong with mud. All this witchcraft, the hexes, the spells, the negativity, the hoodoo, the voodoo, the woo-woo, the blah 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 blah. It's all backfiring. They wanted you dead, collective. They were out here doing death magic. They wanted everything: divorce, breakup, not looking back, differences, finality. They wanted you out here dead. And they were doing witchcraft, being very immature, screwing around with your innocence, not revealing the truth, not confessing, not shedding the light, chasing, hunting you down, being resilient, persistent, with all of this magic, constant, 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 constant. And what they were trying to do and bring you down and break you up and break you down only made you stronger. You were the laughing joke. You were the laughing stock of their entertainment. Now you're out here a full-fledged spiritual warrior. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? A little too ironic. Yeah, I really do think. You're stepping into a new era of stability, collective. Stop being so fucking helpless, Cody. Collective, you're stepping up into a very grounded, very prosperous, very abundant timeline. Things are about to change for you. You are going to be protected. You have always been protected. You've always found a way through divine intervention. Continue having reverence with the divine and your spirit guides and your ancestors. Continue holding hope. Continue being methodical. Stay grounded in your actions and decisions. Keep your, keep your integrity about you. Hitting rock bottom isn't a bad thing. It's all the better to find out what type of foundation that you are building upon. And you need to get down to the rock foundation in order to do that. And hell, while you're down there, if you like to collect rocks, it's not so bad. Cody, if you've actually been paying attention this whole time, you're sitting here asking me, how do you do it then? Which basically tells me you haven't been paying attention at all. You haven't been listening to a word I've said in all the 3 years I've been sitting here doing these readings. I put posts out in the post section. I've outright called my power back right on the video, on the live. Multiple times. I've lost count. And you're asking me how to do that? Have you not learned a fucking thing on my channel yet? I'm tired of spinning my wheels with you. I'm tired of repeating myself over and over and over again. You constantly ask me the same shit over and over again, and somehow you expect a different answer. Somehow you want me to say something that you want to hear. And I'm not about to sugarcoat shit for you or anyone. You can ship up and shape up and start flying right, or continue doing what you're doing. You've even admitted to some certain things that you weren't all that proud of. And now you're having to right those wrongs. But it doesn't seem like you're rising above it. It seems like you're allowing the stagnance and the pain and the suffering to get to you and allowing it to eat you alive. That's not a me thing. That's not my responsibility to fix. That's an internal thing for you to deal with. That's a you thing. And unless you gain the courage to deal with that, you're going to stay exactly where you are in the mess that you're in. And it's nothing I can say, do, that's going to help you unless you pick up the pieces and you build for yourself. But I'm tired of spinning my wheels with you. I'm tired of repeating myself. Do I hold compassion for you in your situation? Fucking right I do. Do you really deserve all that shit that you're going through all these years? No, you don't. I still stand with you. But you need to give your fucking head a shake and understand what you're losing. Understand what you've lost. And understand how important it is that you gain your sanity back in order to move forward and rise above it. If little old 5'2" can do it, so can you. You've got no fucking excuses. And if anything, a lot of your responsibilities were taken off of your hand so that way you could focus on your healing, but you don't want to do that. You're too fucking distracted with everything else. And then you come into my chat trying to take over the chat, asking me for advice and all this, and I just keep repeating myself. You've been doing this for months. And yes, I've been frustrated with you. And I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out. Because you're distracted by bullshit. And you need to focus on what your priorities are and rise above all this bullshit and prove to yourself first what you're capable of in a positive way, not a negative way. Once you start proving to yourself what you're made of, your life is going to start changing. The momentum is going to start picking up for you. But until you focus on that and focus on your healing, focus on showing compassion to yourself, focus on strengthening your confidence, thickening your skin, not allowing people to sway you, not allowing people to distract you, and rising above this bullshit. Your situation, your life is your own. It's about insightful reflection. What am I supposed to be learning? How can I better myself? These are the questions you need to ask yourself. And you need to get creative on how to do that. I'm not here to give you all the answers. I'm here to point you in the right direction to find those answers for yourself. I've already showed you how to call your power back. You can even Google it. I've already shared little rituals that you can do to cut ties with people. I've spoken on this multiple different times. So give your head a shake. And instead of feeling crazy like they want you to feel crazy, maybe stand in your validity, stand in your certainty, stand in what you know rather than what you don't. Because you're overthinking and instead of taking action, this is what's keeping you out of balance. You're on the verge of destruction. You're in the shadow aspect of your alchemistic side. You're not sitting in the light. You're sitting in your shadow. You need to integrate the light part of you into your experience and allow the light to guide you rather than the darkness and the shadow. There's a difference. It's eating you alive, which this cycle isn't ending because of it. And this is the biggest challenge to overcome. There's certain people that don't want you leaving them behind. They don't want you being cold. They want to be back in contact with you. They don't want you disappearing. There's definitely something here about somebody not wanting to ghost you anymore either. But the thing is, collective, you're going to balance things out just fine. Things are going to balance out better than you expected. Okay? You just got to keep having the faith and know that what you're moving towards is better than what you have right now. And that is what should put the fire under your ass. And that it should be what brings hope back to your heart. Welcome in, Renee. Sheba Gemini, the Badger, John. Welcome in, everybody. You are nearing the end of the message. I'm going to do a final shuffle to see what the situation is. If there's any final message. Okay. Well, this is what I expected from you there, Cody. It's what I expected. Typical. The musician, inspiration, and gratitude. Stay in the attitude of gratitude and start to be inspired to create. It doesn't have to be music, but music is a frequency. Okay? The sailor. You're going to be taking a journey. There's going to be new influences coming into your life. Okay? New cycles are going to begin, but you need to get inspired to welcome this into your reality. Okay? So take that into consideration. Yeah, again, transition in reverse. But which part of your life is or may be going through a transition? Maybe you're changing relationships, careers, or cities. Whatever it is, the crow is signaling that you are ready to make the change. I kind of get a feeling that you don't really know what direction to move in. Allow divine to guide you in this. Maybe right now is not the time. Okay? Maybe there's still some alchemy that you need to focus on. It's an illusion, but people thinking that they're going to bring bad luck to you. They want to make sure that you think that good luck is not on your side, but it is. Okay? Fly above and beyond your day-to-day thoughts to observe them from a bird's eye view. Quieting the mind and detaching from your thought patterns puts you in a better position to take in messages from your spirit guides. You're definitely tapped the fuck in. You need to stop overthinking it and be open to the message that the divine is trying to tell you. Stop questioning it. You have good news coming in, despite it all. Okay? You may soon receive an important but very unexpected gift. Accept it with deep respect. Someone has sacrificed a lot to help you open the doors to grow. A lot of things will change for the better. Okay? You need to stop overthinking. Geminis are genuinely very good communicators, but when they are in their karmic energy, they're the worst drama queens on the planet. So get out of your karmic energy, Gemini. Okay? Rise above that karmic energy. Step up into your north node. A chakra meditation will do you good. Do a couple dark night of the souls willingly. okay? And see how that transformation brings enlightenment to you. Face your shadow, integrate it. You are ultimately the captain, okay? Your shadow is only an employee. Your shadow can ultimately be your protector if you allow it. The shadow isn't all necessarily a bad part. Thank you, Renee. It's not till the end of the week. It starts up next week. But we are kind of in the midst of my birthday week. Definitely my birthday month. You do have good news coming in. You have gifts coming in. You're tapped the fuck in. Okay? Although you may be facing some sort of bad luck, it's an illusion. Okay? So if you want to throw me some birthday money, it's greatly appreciated. You can do so through the description box, through my PayPal, or Hipsy. There's a donation button at Hipsy. You can also order a reading over at Hipsy. The links are all there. Observing, being watched, social media stalking, keeping an eye on you, obsessed with you. What the fuck did I just say in the reading? If that's not a confirmation, I don't know what is. All these rumors, gossip, slander, all this bullshit that they had out here about you is all backfiring. Just more confirmation about what I already said. Somebody that was dealing with temptations and having love affairs and flirting and giving into pleasure, they don't want to do that anymore. Now they all of a sudden want to be serious. Would you believe it? Oh, they're done disregarding you. They're done ignoring you. They're done looking the other way. They're done leaving you behind. And all of a sudden, they're done dismissing you. And now they want to roll back. Now they want to come back into your energy. Another confirmation. The question is, are you going to allow that to happen? A joke is putting it lightly, Renee. Yeah, the illusions, keeping things inside, not opening up, deception, that's all backfiring too. Now all of a sudden they want to open up about all this shit. It's eating them alive, collective. Okay? They know you did you wrong. They know they did you wrong by this. And now they're coming back and flipping the script and flipping the table because there's justice coming. And they're trying to table that justice. And I have a feeling they very well could be in trouble and they want to settle out of court. The truth is out. They were never your soulmate. They were coming in and acting like it because they were paid to do that. They were paid to come in and sabotage you. And the truth is coming out about that. But they don't want to get in trouble because they were never the one. They were never deep in love with you. There was never a spiritual connection. And they never wanted to be your life partner. It was all a facade. Their whole job as a snake was to leave you dead in a ditch. Leave you broken. Leave you shattered. Leave you with nothing. But it's all coming out what a snake they were. What a ruthless piece of shit, trash that they were. For even trying you. But they're so superficial that it was all for money. Money. It's all about the moolah. They didn't give fucking care in a world about you. And that's probably what's going to hurt the most. But unbeknownst to them, you've already healed that collective. You've already healed it. You've already alchemized it. You already know what a fucking idiot, imbecile, coward, disgrace, piece of trash that they actually are. You already know. They already showed themselves. They already revealed this a long time ago. But you were so deep in their facade and illusion that you didn't want to see it. You were giving them the benefit of the doubt. We're talking about some extremely sad, despicable degenerates. Okay? And these people could be family. These people could be exes. These people could be siblings. These people could be old friends. They're all somehow connected because your whole network was infiltrated. Whether physically, verbally, energetically, in every way, shape, and form. Considering with the witchcraft that was done on your life, the death magic, the voodoo, the hoodoo, the voodoo, the woo-woo, whatever the fuck they were doing. It's all coming out collective. The truth will first piss you off, but then it will set you free. In your rise, they will have no other choice but to sit there and watch. All these third parties and the people that they lied to are not happy. Because they were played for fools too. Trying to play you for a fool. They are not happy that they were lied to. They were not happy that they had the wool pulled over their eyes. And they were not happy that they were infiltrated into a scheme to go after an earth angel, a chosen one, a light worker, a shaman, somebody that's out here being considerate, a healer. Somebody that's out here trying to heal the fucking world. And they are part of the defamation and destruction of their destiny. Just think about that for a second. I'm going to tell you this right now. My haters, they best be fucking glad that they're not in my face right now. they best be glad that everything backfired. That's all I'm going to say about that. They best be very, very, very thankful that I did not retaliate. Because I could have got the spells out. I could have got my candles working. I could have been calling on the crossroads, making offerings to the crossroads and all that jazz. But I have more respect and more pull in the spiritual realm than they will ever have in their whole entire experience. And it's because I hold integrity and respect for the spiritual realm. I'm not out here destroying people's lives. I'm out here trying to change it and trying to make it better and trying to heal the earth and trying to heal the world. Trying to bring in this second, this new earth. That's what my focus is. And they out here trying to stop me. Like, what kind of asinine, dark piece of shit is out here doing that? When out here, I'm out here trying to facilitate healing and empowerment and encouragement and healing. The audacity, the true audacity. It really shows what type of evil pieces of shit trash they are. The thing is, collective, you'll always know who your adversaries are. You're going to always know who's for you and who's not. They will ultimately tell on themselves through the way that they treat others. You will know a person's intentions by how they treat other people. Because if they can treat somebody like that, what makes you think they're not going to treat you like that? Take that into consideration when you're wondering and you're questioning your dynamics and questioning your connections that you hold on to. You got people out here talking shit on people. Trying to destroy people. Trying to get you involved in destroying people. Probably not the best person to hang with. It's one thing to speak truth on what people do to you, on how they treat you. That's one thing. But when you out here actually trying to destroy somebody, trying to ruin their life, and you're trying to gain a gang of people to come up against one person, that's the red flag you're looking for. I'm out here wanting everybody to heal, taking responsibility for your own actions, taking responsibility for your own experience, and rising above. Because if we all do that individually, we all have the ability to heal the earth together. And that's why it's going to take absolutely every single one of us to make that happen. It is what it is. And it will be what it will be. If you want me to open up the table for personal messages, I will restart the live So if you have a donation, if you would like a personal message, it's $1 a card. If you want to be a part of that, I will open the table, but I'm going to close off this live and start another one. I will see you in that next live if you want to be a part of that. And I want to tally with the 34 people watching right now. If you are interested in getting a personal message from me, put a heart in the chat. An emoji heart. Put an emoji heart in the chat if you are interested. These are by donation only. I'm not doing any freebies tonight. But if you want a message for yourself, put a heart in the chat, just like Maria has. And if there's enough to go through with the 32 people, 34, 32 people that are watching, then I will restart the live and I will open up the table. So if you want that to happen, if you want a personal message, type heart in the chat if you don't have the emoji. That'll work and be sufficient. Oh, I have my moments there, Sheba. I have my moments. Is Maria the only one? This is how I make my money, Collective. I'd love to just give out free readings all the time, but then I would end up depleted and I wouldn't be making any money and I wouldn't be paying my bills. So how is that fair? To just give out free messages. It's not fair at all. Specifically with this is the way that I'm making my money. I've been throwing cards for 30 years. Soon to be 31 years. So it's not like you're talking to a novice. I'm turning 43 in less than a week. So I've been around. I've got a lot of experience and wisdom. So it's up to you. I want more than 5 hearts if you want me to start up another live. And I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. I'm not going to tell you to go back to your ex. I'm not that reader. If you want that reader, go somewhere else. And you're more than welcome to get a personal reading if you really want. The link is in the description in the link section. If right now is not a good time and you want to get one at a later date, there's MasterCard, there's American Express, there's Visa, there's PayPal, there's Google Pay, there's Apple Pay, all available through Hipsy now. So you're more than welcome to jump on over and get your own personal reading. They are at many different price points, and I made that on purpose. So that way people that couldn't afford a full reading could still get a message. I did that for you, okay? If you want a full reading and you don't have the money for it, well, I'm sorry. But at least I have a bunch at different price points, so that way you can go ahead and at least get a message. Okay? And I have a five-star rating over at Hipsy as well. So thank you, everybody. Many blessings to those that choose to bless me. And I wish hundredfold blessings to any blessings of prosperity that you bless me with in the coming days, whether it's now or in the coming days. Hundredfold blessings to those that bless me for my birthday. I do have a phone bill that I need to take care of, and I do want to have enough for my storage as well. I did let my phone lapse because I was running out of money, so um, I kind of let it lapse and I kind of regret it, but I'm owning up to it and I'm being honest. So if you could help me, even if it was $5 a person, a dollar a person, whatever, that would help. Whether it be through a super chat, super sticker, a donation to Hipsy or PayPal, doesn't really matter. It all comes to me eventually. And again, it's greatly appreciated. And it does help out the channel. So on that note, collective, please be good to yourself if you can't be good at it. So that way you can be good to others. We are rising above this. We are moving into the transition of the new earth. The old matrix is falling apart. It's crumbling. It's clearly evident. Okay? The deletes are trying to gain control, and it is extremely fragile for them right now. It's not working in their favor. As much as they want it to, it's not working in their favor. The awakening is happening whether they like it or not. And that looks like that's a them problem, not an us problem. So continue being your awesome self. We are going to rise above this. And yeah, the new earth is here. It is waiting for us to integrate it into our life. And this is why it's so predominantly important that we heal, that we take the courage that we have within us and heal and rise above into the higher frequency. You can do that with a chakra meditation. Check out my post side of this YouTube and check out the chakra system. Okay? Let's see here. I might be able to help you out with this. Give me a second. Is this how to do it? Lenses. No. Where is it? Oh, it's this one. Yeah. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. There's more than 7 chakras. There's more in your feet, in your legs, and even some above your head. The ones down in here are the ones very rarely spoken about. And you can see this on my post page if you go there and look. Okay? It's going to show you what is related to them, the different energies that you need to alchemize and regulate. And as you regulate them, you will feel them release. You start in your feet and you work all the way up to your head. You can check out this more in depth on my post side. There's at least 2 or 3 posts of that on my YouTube. Okay? And if you're in my DMs, I can send you a copy of this in your DMs too. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll send this over to you. Or you can just check out my page on my profile here on YouTube and look at it there. Okay? Where did you send it, Walk? Did you send it to Hipsy or did you send it to PayPal? Thank you, Renee. Through the super chat. When did you do a super chat? There's no super chat here. It hasn't shown up here. If it's on YouTube, I haven't seen it yet. Well, it's not showing up on my end. And I don't have Cash App either, so whatever the case it is what it is. Somebody was even projecting that I um, do a Vortex episode and talk about a lot of shit going on in the news and a lot of the shit going on around the world. And do like a news segment. And I'm like, yeah, no. I'm not gonna pretty well sacrifice my page and go get blacklisted. No. There's a lot of predictions, there's a lot of prophecies that are at the helm right now. There's a lot of different things that are being orchestrated at this time to bring about a division. Um, but it's gonna all backfire on the people orchestrating it. It's out of my hands, it's in the hands of the divine. I'm about ready to stock up on popcorn and get ready for the show. I don't know about you, collective. But that's the scoop. Now, if you're here and if you're in the chat and I haven't necessarily seen you, there has been issues with the chat lately. So I'm not getting all the messages. I'm not getting all. So if you did come in and you did say hi, you did uh, whatever else, there has been challenges with the chat lately. People haven't been able to chat. People have been kind of sort of kicked out. That's not on me. That's on YouTube. So your right palm is itching. Hmm. Well, what hand do you write with? Because it is said that whatever hand you write with is your dominant hand, which is your projective hand, and the other hand is your receiving hand. It could be the divine wanting you to send me some money. It shows it came out of my Cash App via Google. Is there another way besides the money button to donate to you? Yeah, through Hipsy. In the description box, there's a Hipsy link, and there's a donate button over at Hipsy. I tried to post in the link section a link to the donation. I don't know if it's going to work, but it'll at least get you to my page from what I remember. And there will be a donation button on that page somewhere. On the main page, not the pop-up page. You have to go past the pop-up page. Because there's going to be a pop-up that shows you the different readings I have available. And then beyond that, there's another page, the main page. And then up in the top, I think up in the top right-hand corner of the page, there's a donation section. The donate button or a gift button or something. Just in case you're wondering, I'm rolling cigarettes. I've only got 3 cigarettes left and I'm waiting for some money to be released. It's not a lot, but I would like to get my bills paid. So, I don't know. By some miracle, I hope that happens. Yeah, we're having a members live Saturday. So if you'd like to become a member, you want to do that, you can jump on and be a member. Um, try the other link. You tried to do the donate through Hipsy, try the other link. There's 2 links there for Hipsy. You probably clicked on the donate. Just click on the regular link. Well, anyway, Collective, thank you so much for joining me this evening. I'm gonna catch you later. It's 3 in the morning now. So I'm gonna go have a quick smoke and go to sleep. Thank you for joining me, and I will catch you in the next video. All right? We're gonna have a live later on this afternoon, maybe, or later evening. Probably after dinner. You gotta cook a turkey. It's gonna be my first turkey in over a year. So that'll be nice. But yeah. Anyway, be good. Talk to you later, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'll probably do a live tomorrow and then a members live. We'll see. Maybe just a members live. I'll post it on the post page. Maybe midday, mid-afternoon. So my members will know. Until then, I'll catch you later. Be good. If you can't be good at it, be good to yourself so that way you can be good to others. And I will catch you in the next video. Ciao for now.